Hi Novak, well done today. Two matches in, both reasonably long. How do you...
Reasonably long?
I mean, they're not like 5 hours, but you've had a good amount of time on court. How are you feeling about your level and kind of your physicality at this point?
I don't know if I am liking or agreeing with your comment that it's like reasonably long. When you play a 3.5 hour match on clay, it's long and very exhausting, at least in my opinion. So yeah, you know, physically spent quite a bit of energy today on a very hot day, very challenging conditions. Yeah, it was obviously my fault. I didn't finish in straight sets because I had break up twice in the third match point, just too passive in those points, and he took his chances and he got the crowd support he was looking for, and obviously momentum shifted, but I managed to kind of regroup in the fourth. So, you know, it was very challenging. You know, the scoreline maybe doesn't do justice. It was just a very, very tough match. I think he was playing on a high level. He was pumped. You could see it from the first point, like really with clear intentions, what he needs to do tactically. He's a fighter. I mean, I never faced him before, but I saw some of the matches he has played. He's a great fighter, competes well. So just a very good win for me. Obviously, not ideal that I stayed almost 4 hours on the court, but yeah, it's of course positive when you win.
Hi Novak, well played today. I'm writing a piece about smashes, the overhead, and over the years.
You're talking to a wrong person.
Yeah, I was going to say over the years you've joked about your smash, but it's
Yeah.
improved a lot over the years as well. I'm curious about your experience with that shot.
Thank you, but
Yeah.
I don't know if my coaches will agree with you or myself.
Well, can you explain your
I
experience
even
with
have
it?
a Djoko smash name for it right now, I think, by my fans, which is not that great, you know, to have a Djoko smash. Yeah, it hasn't been really the shot that I was so confident in the last 10, 15 years of my career. Maybe early on, yes, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of smash, let's say. Let's call it. I think I just explained it to you. I think if you watch some of my matches, you understand why.
Well done, Novak. We don't know which one of the young guys you're playing next, but it's going to be one of them. I'm curious what you see in that sort of, I don't know what you would call it, next generation player at this point, of sort of what they bring to the court, how they've trained, and how prepared they are to compete at this level.
Well, I watched a little bit end of the third. Prismic was 2 sets to love up. Now it's 2 sets all and a break for Fonseca, which seems to be in a driving seat for winning the match. He seems fresher and better. Look, Fonseca has been praised so much in the last couple of years. You know, I think his potential and quality as a tennis player is obvious, no doubt about it. And he's got you know, big Brazilian support anywhere he goes, and I think he's a big stage player. He really loves the occasion, loves to play, you know, night sessions. He played a great match with Sinner, I think, earlier this year in Indian Wells, and you know, he won against Rublev, I think, in Australia, straight set. So he can definitely, you know, step up in the big occasion and deliver big shots, big game. On the other hand, Prismic, I played him and I lost him a few weeks ago. I lost to him. Obviously, I feel better and play better now than I have in Rome. So, but still, he's another grinder, fighter. I played him years ago in first round Australian Open, and I thought I was a tough 4-setter. And only 2 matches I played really tough matches versus him. And I honestly had a bit more expectations and thought that he's going to make a breakthrough a bit earlier. I know he struggled with injuries and stuff. I think he really possesses a lot of qualities. It's just, you know, he's not able to get that consistency going. So let's see, you know, whoever I play, it's going to be again, another tough match in terms of physicality, exchanges, rallies, long. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be night or day. That will also, determine the way I play, maybe in certain things against them, because of the ball bounce, because of the speed of the court, and etc. I think in a few days' time, again, another extremely hot day. So these days have been really, really very challenging, for I think a lot of players, to play on the court.
Staying on that subject about the heat, obviously you've dealt with it a lot in Australia and New York, but they've never had quite this bad of a heat wave during this tournament. Do you think they maybe need to revisit the protocol here? I don't even think closing the roof is an option here.
I really don't understand why they don't have the heat rule. I actually didn't know. I thought that there is in every slam, but then someone told me that the Roland-Garros has no heat rules.
I think they do. It's just not, the roof is not part of the rule. Yeah.
Okay, so then it is true that they have a rule, which is what?
It's the wet ball temperature. It's I think it has to get to
Another index formula combination type of thing. Okay, I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, it's always a discussion, I guess. But then, if you close one roof, then all the others are playing. It's not fair. Also, like why would you close the center court and then everyone else has to be playing on a heat? So, I wouldn't agree with that. Even though, of course, for me it would be great if I play on the center to have that roof closed in such a hot day. But yeah, I think, I don't know, in Australia we have experienced, I have personally experienced a few times, but we have seen in last years that there were some delays of play, like for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, until that upper level bar that crossed the kind of index regulation comes back down. I think that's fair. Honestly, with Grand Slams, it shouldn't be an issue generally, because we have so many courts, we have lights. There's no issue. You have big courts, you can play the matches, you can reschedule them some other courts and have still the crowd and the stadium and everything. So on the other tournaments where you don't have these kind of facilities and conditions, then that's a different discussion, obviously. But here, and we have some tournaments, I think, on the ATP Tour where, like, for example, Umag in Croatia, I know where the matches are starting like later in the afternoon, 5 p.m. or something, and they play till deep at night. Yeah, is that ideal to go over midnight enough? Yeah, it's not. But if you have, certain days that you have extreme heat and conditions, then maybe that's something to consider.
Hi. Rafa Pagonis, the Greek junior, was here for your match today. And I know you have seen him several times in Athens.
Yep.
You give him some tips sometimes. So I was wondering what you think of him, and if you are able to talk to him in Greek, maybe.
Not yet, but hopefully I still have to step up my Greek game. I've been lucky with languages, but Greek is it's quite challenging, I must say. Yes, very nice boy. Father, family, team around him, good people, like really nice people. So I like that primarily. And then, of course, he's got a really great game for someone who is only 14. A lot of potential. I've seen him. We trained together a few times, but also next to each other many days in a row, actually now, before Roland-Garros. So I've seen him. I've seen what he does with his coach. I've seen how dedicated he is, but he's still, he's a boy. He smiles, he laughs, he has a good energy, and I like that. So, I told the whole team, his father, that I'm here. I'm in Athens, and so I'm always available for any tips. And his father was joking around that, once I retire, that I can join the team as in some role. And I said he's going to have to wait for a very long time. He's going to retire before me, probably. But no, jokes aside, of course, he's a nice boy. I really like him, and I follow his career now more that I get to know him. Yeah, thank you.